What's happening, people? I am back in the kitchen again, and you've seen the thumbnail and the title. Today we may have just found the cheapest sausage in the UK. This frozen sausage, now I don't often do frozen sausage reviews because they're generally all a bit crap, if I'm honest, but I do like the old fresh sausage. I do love a good sausage, but this one I saw in Tesco's, and as you can see here, right next to them there is a Aldi price match, so like a cheap sausage, and they were £2.5p, and these were even cheaper. And these ones say exclusively at Tesco, butcher's choice, expertly seasoned, approximately 20 sausages. So we'll give them a count in a minute, and you'll not believe the price of these unless it was on that little clip a minute ago. But yeah, we're going to give these a go. They're probably the cheapest sausages I've ever bought, and I can't think of any cheaper sausages in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's have a look at them first. Let's see why they're so cheap. Okay, so here they are, and they are called Butcher's Choice. Approximately 20 pork sausages cooked from frozen, exclusively at Tesco's. And it does have a little big R there that says reduce, packaging reduced by 20%. So basically they're not making a bigger bag that's empty. So cooked from frozen in 20 minutes. And that is a traffic light system there. Only 157 calories per 2 sausage. Not that much fat per 2 sausage either. This, well, that's a little bit worrying, to be honest. I've not looked at the ingredients yet because I was wanted to give myself the element of surprise, just like you guys. That is very, very low. I can't see this being too big a pork content. What do we think? Is it going to be the magical number of 42%? I think that's what the minimum is in the UK. We will see. Where's the ingredients? There we go. And yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. 42% pork. Your wheat, metabisulfite as your allergens, filled into non-UK beef casings made using British and EU pork. There's not that much ingredients to say it's only 42% pork. It says pork fat, pork rind. Yeah. Pimento extract. I've not seen that before. Coriander extract. So obviously quite some seasoning. It'll be interesting to see how tasty this is. 907 grams. And that's the nutritional information in more detail. So 9 grams of protein per 2 sausages. 9 grams of fat. 9.5 grams of carbs. Which... that's the additives, that, isn't it? Carbs in meat. Okay, so there's a tip here. It says, great for a pasta bake. After cooking the sausages, roughly chop and stir into pasta and a tomato sauce, topped with grated cheese, and bake until bubbling. Sounds like something I'd be doing on a budget challenge back in the day. And then there's a bit of information there about animal welfare and quality and freshness. Obviously it says not suitable for microwave cooking, of course. The information, short but sweet. It says pork sausages. For best results, grill. So frozen 15 to 20 minutes under the grill. Turn frequently. So that's what we're going to do. Let me tell you how much these were. Okay, the price of these sausages, are you ready for this? 8p. Not for 20 each. £1.59. £1.59 for 20 frozen sausages. I always get a bit worried by the 42% pork content, but it does have pork fat and pork rind in, so I'm just going to cut the little end off here and we'll take a look at one of these. Don't look too bad. They look Richmond style in colour, but not in size. They're thicker than Richmond sausages. I am going to count them actually, which is interesting. In fact, I'll put them into a... we'll count them in here. Let's see how many we get. They went all over the shop. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Bonus sausage! 21. That brings the price down even more. It's obviously goes on weight, doesn't it? So 907 grams. So some of the, if you've got 20 sausages, some of them will be slightly bigger, but what a bonus. Happy days. 21 sausages for £1.59. Less than 8p a sausage. Right, I'll get them cooking I'll make 4. And we'll leave 17 in the bag for another day for the girls and whatnot. I'll make 4, we'll try 1, and then I'm going to make, of course, the obligatory sausage sandwich. Although I don't have any brown sauce. Rookie error. Okay, there we go. Now, got a nice colour on them, but what we'll say is they all cracked. All down there, all down there, all down there. I didn't prick them, maybe I should have. Is it only the good quality sausages you don't need to prick? Obviously you don't want to prick it and lose the flavour, but these burst anyway. But like I said, look like what a good colour. What do you think to that? Obviously you can tell that they are cheap sausages, but at less than 8p a sausage. And 75 calories a sausage, just over. Not too shabby. So, let's have a look inside. Look at that, it just crumbles away. It's like a mushy inside. Like it won't even stay on the fork, it's that mushy. That's mad. The inside of this is, I could already feel it under the fork and the knife. It's very, very like mush. It's not, obviously, 42% pork content on the inner here. It's like, yeah, it's a bit, oh, it's very soft. It's not very appetising if I'm honest. But, of course, we'll give it a go. So let's have a taste and see what these 8p sausages are all about. So on the bag, I've put it back in the freezer obviously for the last 20 minutes. On the bag, it does say expertly seasoned. It doesn't smell like it's been expertly seasoned, I'll tell you that. The casing, the beef collagen casing, looks okay. Apart from it splitting, but the inside, it just feels mushy under the fork, doesn't look appetising. When it says it's expertly seasoned, I can't see anything that resembles seasoning. But let's hope I can taste it. Okay. Wow. That's not good. I'm gonna try again. It's probably the blandest sausage I've ever had in my life. How they're saying that is expertly seasoned. This is going to be controversial because for a long time I thought that Richmond sausages are the worst, but I prefer a Richmond over this. This is totally bland. The mildest of pork flavouring, but nothing else. They actually look like sausages you get on a cheap breakfast. Not Witherspoon's breakfast, but a proper cheap breakfast. They've got no flavourings. I'd avoid this if I'm honest. I really wanted to like this. Two of my favourite things, sausages and budgie and cheap. But unfortunately I'd avoid that. To the point where I'm probably not, do you know what? My girls, Naomi in particular, loves plain stuff. So to the point where she'll be home in an hour, I'm actually going to just warm them back up in air fryer. And I'm not going to eat a sausage sandwich. I was going to have a sausage sandwich with it, but I think I'm just going to warm that up in the air fryer for her. And she'll probably love it because she has dry bread as well. So proper plain Jane is my Naomi. So she'll probably like these sausages. They'll be one of her favourites because she loves Richmond. Her favourites are wall sausages. And they're not great either, the frozen ones, are they? But I much prefer the fresh sausages from Aldi, the flavoured ones. The caramelised onion ones are the best, I think. But these, even at one point, I mean, needs must sometimes, you know. If you've got no money, they'll do. You know what I mean? They'll do. If you got a bit of brown sauce, you could make a sausage sandwich. I don't have brown sauce, so I can't even pimp it up. But like, I was thinking, I could bang a bit of egg on it. I ain't got any eggs. I'm not very prepared for this morning's review, but I'll give that like a 2 out of 10. It's probably the worst sausage I've ever had. And that's saying something, isn't it? Because I've had my fair share of sausages. I have to stop saying stuff like that. Anyway, On to the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Closing in on 6,000 now, and I really appreciate everybody who watches this second channel. I'm going to keep it going just for you guys, even when I'm on my travels. Once again, bye-bye. What's happening, people? Back in the kitchen again. Hope you're all fantastic. Thanks for watching. Would be special. Wouldn't buy that again.